Well, how's everybody doing? When it comes to uh, displaying a child, what should you do? This is God's answer. It's broken down into teaching a child, disciplining a child, and then the promise is destined for a child. Okay? So to teach a child, it says in Exodus chapter 10, verse 2, it says, "What stories can you tell your children and grandchildren about the incredible things that I am doing in Egypt? Tell them what fools I made of the Egyptians and how I proved to you that I am Jehovah." In Exodus chapter 12, verses 25 through 27. "When you come into the land that the Lord will give you, just as he promised, and you are celebrating the Passover, and your children ask, 'What does this all mean? What is this ceremony about?' You will reply, 'This is the celebration of Jehovah's passing over us, for he passed over the homes of the people of Israel, though he killed the Egyptians. He passed over our houses and did not come in to destroy us.'" In Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 9. "But watch out, be very careful never to forget what the Lord, what you have seen God doing for you. May his miracles have a deep and permanent effect upon your lives. Tell your children and grandchildren about the glorious miracles he did." Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. "You must teach them to your children and talk about them when you are at home or out at a walk, at bedtime and first thing in the morning, always." Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 19. "Teach them to your children. Talk about them when you are sitting at home and when you are out at walking, at bedtime and before breakfast." So it's repeated. Deuteronomy 6, 7 and Deuteronomy 11, 19. It's like, hey idiot, you need to teach this to your kids. Proverbs 22, 6. "Teach a child to choose the right path, and when he is older, he will remain upon it." And Ephesians 6, 4. "And now a word to your parents. Don't keep on scolding and nagging your children, making them angry and resentful. Rather, bringing them up with the loving discipline himself approves, with suggestions and godly advice." And then now to the discipline of a child. "Anyone who strikes his father or mother, shall surely be put to death." That sounds like the death penalty, doesn't it? For striking a parent. That's in Exodus 21:15. In Deuteronomy 22:19 through 21. This also includes a death penalty. "If a man has a stubborn, rebellious son who will not obey his father or mother, even though they punish him, then his father and mother shall take him before the elders of the city and declare, 'This son of ours is stubborn and rebellious and won't obey. He is a worthless drunkard.' Then the men of the city shall stone him to death," death penalty. "In this way you shall put away the evil among you, and all the young men of Israel will hear about what happened and will be afraid." Deuteronomy 27:16. "Cursed is anyone who despises his father or mother," and all the people shall reply, "Amen." Proverbs 13:24. If you refuse to discipline your son, and it proves you don't love him. For if you love him, you'll be prompt to punish him. You know, oh, come here, you turn into a mama's boy and don't discipline. According to what I read here, you're supposed to punish him promptly. Proverbs 19:18. Discipline your son in the early years while there is hope. If you don't, you will ruin his life. Proverbs 22:15. A youngster's heart is filled with rebellion, but punishment will drive it out of him. Proverbs 23:13-14. Don't fail to correct your children. Discipline won't hurt them. They won't die if you use a stick on them. Punishment will keep them out of hell. That was Proverbs 23:13-14. Okay. Use the belt type thing. Use a switch. Cut your switch. I'm gonna beat you with the switch that you cut. Then if you come back with a little thing, they're gonna come back with a 2x4. Okay, now this is the promise for a child. In Proverbs chapter 3, verses 1-2. My son, never forget the things I've taught you. If you want a long and satisfying life, closely follow my instruction. In Proverbs 23:24-25. The father of a godly man has cause for joy. What pleasure a wise son is. So give your parents joy. Yeah, it's the when you start to you brag about your children. That's what parents do. So no parent in the 26 and a half years that I've worked in prisons, I can't imagine no parent being proud that their son ended up in prison. If they are proud, there's something wrong in the stinking thinking that they have. So think about those things and be blessed, people.